Rob here, and I was going to walk you through some of the items that I'll be packing with me on the Appalachian Trail here just in a couple of weeks. What I've got laid out in front of me are my big three, which are actually a few more than 3 items, but I have my pack, my sleeping system, and my shelter system. So I want to talk you through a few of those things. First off, this is my pack. This is the Osprey AG65 pack. It's an Atmos. I really like this pack. It's incredibly comfortable. On the back of it, there is a really bouncy mesh. The hip belt is phenomenal for snuggling in around you, and it just feels like it wraps you right up. This pack is a little heavier than some that folks will be taking on a through hike. I'm going to start with it because it carries so comfortably that I think I would really rather have the comfort of the pack as opposed to trying to downsize and get something that may be a little bit lighter but not quite as comfortable. I have, to help alleviate some of the weight, I have removed the brain part of the pack of this thing, and that'll save me a few ounces. I think we're going to go this way. We'll just have to get it packed and sort of see how things go. Also, I have a rain cover for the pack that'll keep the fabric out here from getting saturated when it gets wet. And then on the inside, I'll be putting a trash compactor bag just to make sure that everything on the inside stays completely and totally dry when we get in the rain, because I know that we will. So that's my pack system. Next over, and I'll slide this over and kind of walk you through this. This is my tent. This is the Big Agnes Copper Spur UL2. I'm a big guy. I'm about 6'2" and a little over 200 pounds, actually more over 200 pounds than I'd like to be. This tent gives me room to spread out inside. I have room to put some things down along either side of the tent, 2 vestibules. I can put my pack on the inside or on the outside. Boots go on the outside of the vestibule. But I have camped several times with this tent, and it is a very homey tent. I really like that one. It's fairly lightweight. With everything here, it's just around 3 pounds, which is a little heavy, but without spending really big money, this is about as light as I could go and have confidence that I've got a good quality product. Okay, so that takes care of the shelter system. And then finally, this is the sleep system. And this is one of the most important things to me, because I feel like if I don't get good rest on the Appalachian Trail, then it's going to hamper my ability to be successful. So I've got several things going on right here that I want to talk you through. So let me slide this little towards me. First off, you can see obviously that we've got a sleeping bag here. This is a fairly new item to me. This is the Igneo 25 degree from REI. It's a down sleeping bag on top, but it has a polyfill on the bottom. And that is because down, when you sleep on top of down, it loses its loft, and that's what keeps you warm. But the polyfill on the bottom will keep you a little warmer to the ground. This is also a little bit lighter weight than my previous bag, and the 25 degree, or the 25 in the name indicates that the temperature rating for it, the comfort level, is around 25 degrees. So, you know, for the first little while that we're out there, I know that we're going to see some temperatures a little bit less than 25. So I'm going to pair this item with the Cetus Summit Reactor Extreme. This is a little liner that goes all the way the length of the bag. It's what I use in the summertime when I go to scout camp. The little liner is all that I take, and it feels a lot like flannel. It's not flannel, I don't think, but it adds up to 25 degrees of warmth to your sleeping bag. And paired together, I've had this bag out a couple of times in the teens, and it's been very comfortable for me. So I really like this bag, and I like the weight savings that I've got. So let me open it up and I'll sort of show you what's going on here. Oh, also laying here on top, this is a luxury item. It weighs in at about 3 ounces, and this is a little pump. I know a lot of you probably have been out with air mattresses before, and you've got the big pump that you have all the D-cell batteries in. There's a brick about that big. Well, this is what I use to pump up my sleeping pad, and this just takes a lot of the effort out of having to trap air in a bag and push air into it. And I think I'm really going to like this, Gavin, and I'll share this item. So let me open this up and I'll talk to you about what's going on here. Okay, so the bag has a little baffle right here that'll fit me around my neck, and that'll keep cold air from escaping. This is my little blow-up pillow, and I love this pillow. It was very inexpensive. It's made by Trekology. I bought it on Amazon. The price on this thing is under $15, and their customer service is phenomenal. Gavin has one also. It developed a leak within a few days of purchase. I sent out an email and said, hey, what can I do to patch it? And they just said, well, hey, we'll send you a new one, so send us your information. And within a few days, we had a brand new pillow for him. It's not exactly slick here. I'm not sure how it's going to do with sweat, but I think it'll be okay. Really have enjoyed this pillow so far. This is the liner that I was talking about, and this is just like another little sleeping bag within a sleeping bag. You tuck yourself right down in there. When it's really, really cold, there's a drawstring closure that you can pull this thing tight across your chest, and you can pull this over as a hood, and that helps you to keep a little warmer. And of course, the sleeping bag is a mummy bag. It has a drawstring closure as well that I can tighten that right down around my face, and it moves with me. So when I sleep on my side, and I do that quite a bit, when I roll over, the bag moves with me, so that I've got that little window, if you will, so that I can breathe and not have condensation on the inside of the bag. So really have enjoyed this sleep system. And then the final part of it, and this is a big one to me. This is one of my big splurges. This is the Thermarest Neo Air X-Therm sleeping pad. This has an R value of 5.6 or 5.7, I don't remember which, but this provides not only comfort, because it's an incredibly comfortable pad. I sleep as well on this as I do in the bed, but it also provides me some insulation to the ground, and that's going to be especially important as we start our thru hike, because we're going to be going through the Smokies pretty early, all the mountains of Tennessee and North Carolina, and we're going to have some really cold temperatures. So I really appreciate the warmth that this pad provides me and the comfort as we move on up the trail. I'd like to show you some about my cook system that I'll be using on the Appalachian Trail in a few weeks. I have several items spread out, and we'll go through them one at a time. First of all, I'm going to show you this system here. This is a little pot system that I'm pretty sure I'm going to use. This is the Soto Amicus cook set. It's fairly lightweight. I was actually planning to carry a larger pot, thinking that Gavin and I would need to cook and eat together. But the weight of this pot is just it's heavier than I wanted. This comes in over 8 ounces, which is a little heavy for a cook system. And I got to figuring last night that if I put back my plastic coffee cup that I was planning on using and trade it out for this little pot and this little lid, also could be doubled as a cup. I can make coffee or oatmeal and have out of this in the mornings if I need be. Actually, this system is a little bit lighter by 4 or 5 ounces than what I had planned to take. So this was a late addition to my pack, and I think this is what I'm going to wind up taking. A lot of the eating on the trail is really simple stuff. You know, through the day we'll be snacking on things like for lunches we might have tortillas with peanut butter and raisins or some other kind of fruit, or slalami, cheese wrapped up in a tortilla. Very simple things like that. Lots of high calorie, high protein snacks like Cliff Bars, Snicker bars, that sort of thing. Trail mix, lots of nuts. Those things will pack up a lot of calories, which we'll be needing as we're hiking through the day, and also give us a lot of protein. But in the evenings, it's nice to be able to cook a good meal, in the loosest sense of the word good. Probably what we'll be seeing a lot of is ramen noodles, pasta sides, rice sides, mixed up with either chicken or salami, excuse me, Spam. I know that doesn't sound appealing to a lot of folks, but that's actually something that I enjoy, and it packs up really lightweight. You can get an individual little packet of it that doesn't have the tin can that you have to carry out. So when we're needing to do that, we need to boil water. So we'll fill this up, and then we'll use this stove system. Set that out of the way. This is the MSR Pocket Rocket. It screws down on top of this little fuel canister, and in just a few minutes it'll boil up that liter of water right there without any effort at all. Turn it right off and set it aside, and it's ready to go for the next time. So this is very lightweight. This actually weighs right around 3 ounces, and that's what we'll be using to provide the heat to cook our meals with. So there's my pot and stove system. This all packs up really nicely down inside like this. I'll pop that in there and put that on top. Oh, excuse me. I forgot about this little item, and I think I'm taking it. It's, you know, we're at the place where we're trying to cut out any non-essentials, but this is a little pot scraper that we can use to get the last little bits of, you know, oatmeal or ramen or whatever out of the pot, and then we can just simply rinse this out with hot water and plop it there, and it'll bag up right there, and it's good to go. So that's my cook system. The next thing that we're going to need to have, oh, left out this most important thing. This is a titanium spoon, kind of a long handle, which is really handy for if we wind up taking some freeze-dried meals, and we'll have those for a splurge occasionally. This will go all the way to the bottom of the pouch without having to get elbow deep in there trying to fish out the last little bite. So kind of a nice item there. Water is one of the most important things that we'll need on the trail, and unfortunately, there's very few places where you can just go up to a spigot and fill up. So we have to filter all the water that we get out of streams or springs or wherever we should happen to get it. And this is the filtering system that I want to show you. This is the Platypus Gravity Works filter. It's really simple to use, and I like this over the Sawyer squeeze. First, because it makes 4 liters of water at the time, and second, because I don't really have to do much to it. All I have to do is to go to a piped spring or into a little stream or whatever, fill up this bag, where I could take a little bottle like this and clip the thing off and use it as a scoop to pour water in. Fill this dirty bag up. This is untreated water. Clip on the hose. There it goes. And then I just hang this up in a tree or on a nail at a shelter or whatever, open the little clip here at the bottom, and the water will flow through the filtering mechanism. So this is really cool. So on the other end of it, I have the option, if I need to have water in camp and just need to store it, I can screw this onto a clean water bag and make 4 liters of water at the time, and I can go ahead and fill this back up. Or if I want to filter directly into my water bottle, not a problem. Okay, so this is a nifty little watering filtration system. It's a little heavier than some, but because Gavin and I are both using it and we can split the weight of it, I think this is what will work best for us. Now, the one downside to it is this filter mechanism is kind of fragile. We will definitely be in some cold weather early on in our hike, and it's important that we remember to pack this into our coat or into our sleeping bag at night, so that this filter mechanism doesn't freeze. Because if it freezes, it's not going to filter the water properly, and bacteria and parasites can get on through the system and infect us. And we really, really want to do everything that we can to mitigate the possibility of intestinal difficulties while we're on the trail, since there really aren't any flush toilets out there. So as a backup measure, I'm going to take this little bottle of Clorox right here. Clorox is essentially the same thing as the chlorine that they use in the watering systems in municipalities. And 4 drops of Clorox into 1 liter of water and wait 30 minutes will sanitize the water just as well as anything else we could use. So this is our emergency, holy cow, what if this freezes or gets lost or broken or whatever. That's our backup measure. And that's one thing that I do like to have as a backup if I need it. And then finally, water bottles. This looks very low tech. I certainly have the nice big heavy plastic Nalgene bottles, but they're just that. They're heavy. I'll probably either be carrying Gatorade bottles just because I like the size of them and they fit well into my backpack. I have little pouches that they'll fit into. They have a wide mouth. And they're very lightweight, and I don't have to worry about washing them. When I get to a town, I'm just